Now we're going to go into the advice part. So what advice do each of you give young professionals seeking careers in STEM? So all of this is, very important. At the end of the day, then we're kind of helping relay this message to the future generations, right? So what advice do you have, Steve?
Yeah, so first and foremost, I found something that I was passionate about, that I really, connected with the mission of the organization and what we were trying to do, and that made it wasn't a job then, it was just something that I loved to do on a day-to-day, week-to-week basis. And I think that's really important. I found that at NASA. I really like that we, do science and span the body of knowledge for the country and the world. We explore space, both with people and robots, and we develop technologies which not only enable those, kind of crazy missions, but also benefit people here on Earth. And a big part of what we do is inspire and help educate, and we're a source of national pride, for the country, and inspiration is a big part of what we do. And so the mission was really important to me. And some really practical things. I had great mentors in my career, and I tried to pay it forward and be a good mentor. They were really important to me. And taking us on assignments of increasing responsibility, I kind of took on assignments that I felt were just kind of beyond my current capability and stretched and challenged me a little bit. But I had those mentors and others to help me through it and be successful. I wasn't just thrown in the deep end and sink or swim. And so that was really important to me too. And then I also, like many of the awardees who are incredibly impressive and inspirational, I couldn't have done it without the support of my family and friends, etc. And it's really important to make sure you work hard, but you also have some balance in your life, and you're having that time with family, and to do pay attention and have time to do participate in your other passions outside of work.
Great, thank you. Mark.
Well, first off, I want to start by saying, after listening to the accomplishments of the people that walked across the stage and talking to some of the people out here, I feel like they need to be giving me some advice, because it's very impressive, very impressive. Secondly, if I could quote my colleague and fellow cast member Oscar, "Stay weird." Would that be good? I like that a lot. But I think, and I'll touch on a couple of things I've already said, which I think are really important. One is the culture. When you think about where you want to work, where you want to go every day, and where you're going to spend more time than you spend with your family a lot of times, make sure you're finding yourself in a place that you want to come to work, that you respect the people that are around you, that you respect the mission of the organization that you're part of. I wouldn't want to look back, on my career when it's over and have regrets about that. So now this is the third company I've worked for. By the way, all three were really good companies, good to me, but I kept an open mind, I kept my paths open, and when opportunities presented themselves, I looked at that and tried to make the decision, is this the right thing for me? Is this a place that I'm going to prosper, that I'm going to enjoy what I do and enjoy the people I'm around? And I think that's very important. I think the other thing, you touched on mentors, and this is true whether you're in school or in your work life, and I've said it before, but it's so true, is if you ask, it's amazing how much people are willing to help. And again, it's with a humble heart that you ask, and you really want to know their opinion, want to get their help. But work somewhere that the culture fits you. Never stop learning, and surround yourself with good people. Don't be afraid to ask, but when you ask, make sure you've got the ears to hear and to listen. And I think those are some of the things that I've learned over time. By the way, I think I talked too much at first. I think you mentioned that early on, right? Everybody out here is tremendously accomplished. So you've obviously done well, and you should be proud, and you do have a lot to say, and you should say it. But at the same time, balance that with the fact that there's other people that can help you along the way if you'll let them.
Excellent, thank you. And Carlos?
Yes, I will say, you already heard half, you already have acted on half the advice I would have given you, which is study any of the careers within the STEM fields. So you have done that, so that's one check. The next one is really about, really work in something or for a company that is aligned with your own purpose. So really look and try to understand what's the purpose of the company or the field that you want to work with. And if it's aligned with you, you will really, really enjoy working for that company or in that field. And I think the other thing is, and I love what they said, keep being weird, but bring all of yourself to work. That's why companies hire you. So if you are Hispanic, be Hispanic. If you are part of the LGBT community, do so likewise. The companies hire you for who you are, all of you, not part of you. Don't leave who you are at the door and just bring a part of it to work. I tell you, you will not be half as successful and as productive if you do that. So that would be my other advice.
I'll take that. If you're Hispanic, be Hispanic. I'll be Hispanic.
Yes.
And to recap, you all had a lot of threads in common. Passion, that you have to respect the mission of your organization, stay humble, humble from the heart, and mentors and listen. So just kind of a recap there since we had a minute to do that.